Nelson, thank you for joining us in the studio, mate. We really appreciate having you in, of course. Firstly, we wanted to ask, well, not so much ask, but you've got to be pretty happy with how Warby are going at the moment, second on the ladder. Did you see that transpiring?
Yeah, no, very, very, very happy. It's been a really good start to the season. Probably expected to come out and compete the way we have, to be completely honest. Obviously, last year we finished pretty high. And knowing that Seville were going to be very good again, Pakenham were coming down, we knew they'd be a challenge. And then obviously other teams get better. That's just the natural thing that happens. So to be where we are at the moment is really good. Dropped a couple of games, lost to a couple of really good sides. And we're getting a couple of players back from injury, so starting to load up and cruise into the second half of the year and hopefully get a few more wins on the board.
Yep. We also want to say congratulations because you are now a new dad. How have you found the first month of being a parent?
Yeah, really good. Touch wood so far. He sleeps really well through the night, which has helped for preparation.
Yep.
My partner Alex is doing an amazing job as well, but he's come to every game so far. So we're getting him, getting him used to that lifestyle, and he's pretty popular at the games. Everyone loves him, but it's really nice. It's a nice experience. Yeah.
When are you going to get him into a Warburton Millgrove jumper?
He's got a couple.
He's got a couple already. Fantastic.
He's got a couple of things. Didn't have much of a choice.
Of course. It's First Nations round, of course, this weekend. Can you tell us a bit about the importance of this round to you personally?
Yeah, sure. I mean, being Indigenous, it's always being proud of my Aboriginality. My family's always had a really strong connection to our culture. Two things I love is my culture and then obviously football, and for those two things to intertwine, it's really special. It's really special to acknowledge the past players and the people who've come beforehand to pave the way to where we've got the game to where it is today. But also really important in the spirit of reconciliation to share the culture and bring non-Indigenous people and Indigenous people together. And I always think football and sport in general is a really good way to do that. So I think these days are really special. It's nice for everyone to get along and share the thing we all love, which is the game of football. And netball.
And netball, yes, of course. Can you tell us about some of the plans you have for your home game this weekend? Obviously, you'll have your specifically designed jumpers from Cindy Mills, and we believe there'll be a pre-match ceremony as well.
Yes, there will be. We've had an amazing team do some work in the background. Obviously taking a little bit of a step back with the obvious thing of being a father.
Yep.
But yes, Cindy Mills, proud of Wadrubel and her artwork. Again, we love wearing that. Such a special design. We'll continue to wear it for years to come. We've got Professor John Robert Evans, who is the Pro Vice Chancellor in Indigenous Engagement at Swinburne University. He will be doing a little talk in the rooms, and he will be doing the acknowledgement of country. It's very hard to get elders from traditional owner groups this time of year in NAIDOC week. So sometimes, you get what you can get, and we're so honoured to have him. He was also on the board of Essendon for a while. So he'll be really good, and we've got a didgeridoo player, Dozer Atkinson, who I've never seen him, I've never heard him, but I can't wait. He's apparently amazing. So that's what we're doing, and of course we have a sponsors lunch on the day. We really ramped the day up.
Yep, fantastic. You're a cultural recovery coordinator with the Yarra Rangers Council. Can you tell us a bit about that role and what it entails?
Yeah, so I've been at Yarra Rangers Council in the Indigenous Development team since 2019. Started as an Indigenous Development trainee and did certificates and worked my way through. In the Indigenous Development team, where there's 4 or 5 of us, we do a lot. Anything Indigenous, like we do. So cultural awareness training sessions, cultural heritage assessments, youth work, school work, improving health and well-being of the Indigenous community, working with traditional owner groups, literally anything Indigenous, you name it, we do. Huge Reconciliation Week events we've had people like Adam Goods and Daniel Rioli, Courtney Ugle. So time is always very busy with that. And then, of course, I've got my PD, my own role, which is the Cultural Recovery Coordinator, which is working with emergency management services and recovery agencies all across Victoria, and in the last 12 months nationally. I've been sent to Brisbane to do work, New South Wales, I've got to go to Perth in August. And that all come about through some storms on the Dandenong Ranges a few years ago, and governments and emergency services have been wanting to bring Indigenous knowledge back into recovery, trauma, relief, healing. And that's how I landed in that. And so I've done I've been a part of some amazing work. You know, pretty much any time there's an emergency, I'm on call.
Yeah.
So I always say to my partner that, you know, I could be off, but no, it's really rewarding, and it's changing the way we do things in that area going forward. And yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yep. Of course, our Match of the Round partner or has been for a long time, is Yarra Valley FM, and you do host a show with the Yarra Valley FM. Can you tell us a bit about that show?
Yeah, I actually went into Yarra Valley FM just as a guest once, and they liked me and said, would you like to do a show?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I can do a show. So it's called Community Nulu, which is a Woiwurrung word and a Tanarong word meaning voices, so community voices. And I bring in people, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, to talk about Indigenous culture and how it's impacted their life. And I've been doing that for a couple of years now. So it's live on Yarra Valley FM, but then the recording's played on 3MDR the next week. So it's been really cool to work with both those stations, and again, a really rewarding experience.
Yep. As we know, you guys made the grand final last season, but unfortunately fell short. There's only one step further you can take. What's the feeling in the group at this point in the season?
Yeah, level-headed.
Level-headed, yep.
I guess it's, I mean, obviously, there is only one step forward, but I guess if you look at our journey over the last 3 or 4 seasons, it was a semi-final loss, a prelim loss, and grand final loss. So there is that one more step to take, but you can't take anything for granted. I mean, you look at teams in the past, sorry for the Gembrook listeners, but, you know, 15 odd years ago, they lost 3 senior grannies in a row. Nothing's ever guaranteed, and the boys know that. And we've had a couple of mid-season, especially the last couple of weeks with buys, etc. A couple of mid-season get-togethers and talking about expectations going forward of what it actually takes to win a flag. It's not just rocking up on the day and playing good footy all the time. It's the little things behind the camera, behind the scenes. Sorry, you know, making sure your body's right, maybe giving up the drink a little bit from here on out. These little things can all play a part. So it's definitely in the back of the mind, but it is, being pushed to the back of the mind to just focus 1 week at a time.
Yep. Looking ahead to this weekend's game against Seville, who are one of the other major contenders, you just went down to them last time. What are some of the learnings from that game that you think might help you this Saturday?
It was probably the flattest we've started all season. And it felt that way before the game. And it was a credit to Seville. They played some really good footy that day. Every game we play them seems to be a brilliant game of football. And we get along really well with them. They're a really good side. So we'll just hopefully rock up with the right mentality. And we know that from the first bounce, it's going to be a very contested game of football. And we'll just, again, I know it's very cliche, probably sounds very boring, but we'll take it minute by minute, play by play. And hopefully at the end of the game we've kicked more goals than they have.
Nelson, thank you so much for joining us in the studio, and good luck for this Saturday and the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.